Hi everyone, it's Mina here. I hope you all are doing good. The purpose for doing this video is I want to talk about how athletes are treated in Guyana. I may have mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but I want to use this video to particularly emphasize and talk about some of the things and some of the issues that athletes face. So comparatively, a lot of foreigners, they have been coming into Guyana and they have been getting tax-free, duty-free things, like for example a lot of tax exemption to bring in vehicles and other thing for their business and so on. But Guyanese, local Guyanese who are into sports and whose parents have to dive right into their pockets to purchase sports gears and any other thing that they may need for sports, they have to pay a price. Cell phones, I know they are tax. I think I read recently certain stuff have they're exempted from tax. What about sports gears for our swimmers, our cricketers? I understand that you cannot make everything tax, exempt everything from tax. But if, for example, if a cricketer or a swimmer or a footballer want to bring his or her own, or whatever pronouns you want to use, their own gear, so to speak, then they should be exempted from tax, or given some sort of deduction or something. But I would prefer that they get exemption from tax, because most of the times the foreigners are the ones that get the benefits excuse me with tax exemptions. And these are some of the problems that our athletes face in this country, is that they have to pay a lot of money for gears, and when they even bring it into the country, they have to pay taxes on it. And as a parent of swimmers, I have to pay tax when I order gears for my boys online. And these are some of the things that where our government and the people in power, where they do not accommodate the average citizen. They accommodate the big boys, the big players. They accommodate them with all the tax exemptions and all the benefits that we locals, we Guyanese should get. And that is the thing that angers me in this country, is that the way they treat the sports people in this country. Every athlete who represents this country should be entitled to a house lot. From the time they reach a certain age, it should be given to them. And that is something they should get. Excuse me. So every athlete should get a house lot. They should get some form of benefits, because most of the time they are not compensated properly for what they have put into promoting their country or representing their country. Sorry, I'm having I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they are not getting they're representing their country internationally, but they're not being treated properly by the system here in Guyana that is there for sports people. They many times you would read, sometimes you've read that when they go abroad, there are no medical proper medical care for them and so on, which I know one time a boxer had experience, and there were issue about that. But that is the thing, is that there must be opportunities for the youths in this country, for sports people, and benefits The not for the big players alone, the locals, they must have benefits and so on. So encourage other people to be into sports, because there is certainly a moral drift in society. You see the youths behaving in a very different manner. They're more aggressive excuse me, and so on. So it will be nice for the government to give tax exemption also for sports gears, and let athletes who represent Guyana, give them a house lots too. If they represent Guyana more than a few times, give them a house lot, give them something, because excuse me, sport is not very lucrative, especially sports like swimming and so on. It doesn't pay you. It doesn't pay you unless you're like Michael Phelps or one of the other famous record breaker athletes. So this is something I want to put forward to the Guyanese population, that we must push for betterment for our athletes. They must also get a tax exemption, and not the business players alone and the foreigners. Because when you see come election, all the politicians, they come and ask for your votes. That's when they know you. But other times they don't know you. Most of the other time they don't know you, and then they can go and ask the foreigners for vote, right? Because foreigners can't vote. They come and ask the Guyanese. But when we need our privileges, when we need tax exemption, when Guyanese need a lease for land to open business, they don't get it. But foreigners get it. Okay, so these are things that the government of Guyana, it is time that it start to take into consideration, that they must treat their athletes better, give them privilege. You give teachers, you give so many different kinds of workers duty free. You give them duty free or house lots or whatever. Sports people should be treated with that kind of respect also. So this is just something that I want to put forward out there, and I hope that the sports organizations in this country should push for that. It is about time that our athletes in this country, they should be given a house lot or something. When they're doing entertainment, they're bringing in spend millions of dollars in bringing in artists from abroad to entertain the public for a night or something like that. Yeah, fine. What happened to sports people? Aren't they entitled to a house? Guyana has a lot of land. And some people are even getting two per person. They don't married or however to beat the system and all that. I don't have a government house lot, so I can blab my mouth. I want to tell you that I'm looking you straight into your eyes and say that I've applied many years ago when I got married, but I did not get a house lot. So I don't have a government house lot. Let me make that and put it on my kids. They don't have government house lot. So betterment must come for the athletes in this country. We must push for change so they can have a future that will encourage other athletes to be in sports and to keep up sports here in Guyana, especially for those who are representing Guyana abroad. This is something I want to put out there, and that I hope that people will support these ideas, because if we don't, too much of us are like crabs in a barrel. We don't want to see somebody else get up. We don't want to see our neighbors or whatever. A lot of people behave like that. I don't get it. The pie is big for everybody. Everybody can get a piece, okay? Everybody. But it's not fair to Guyanese when the foreigners come and they get a tax exemption. They get everything and we don't get anything. So it's about time that athletes in this country who serve and represent their country get something. Let me hear what you all have to say about it. Please comment respectfully. Thank you all. For those who share and support my videos and like and give me positive feedback. Thank you all very much, and see you all next time. Bye.